Hello everybody, this is Hunter Black Luna, and I have a special guest with me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Gul Dukat, at your beck and call.
And we are going to be playing some Sacrifice of Angels 2, which is a mod for Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion, as you can see.
It certainly is. And a magnificent mod it is too. I've had a lot of my subscribers ask me to play this, so hopefully this is going to be an enjoyable experience for us both. I know you're a great Sins fan yourself, aren't you, Hunter?
Oh yes. That's one of my most popular videos, so I guess people enjoy watching me play it for some reason.
Which is good. Very, very good. Now, who are we fighting against in this particular
Well, let's
game?
have a see, because I am playing, as usual, as the United Federation of Planets, while Gul Dukat is the Dominion.
Indeed.
And our opponents, if we bring up the diplomatic tree, we can see, oh hey, we have Cardassians and Klingons.
The House of Boobs, apparently.
Duros sisters that you can replace with other villains, and oh well.
And the generic villains.
And,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to do this thing?
Alright, looks good to me. Shall
Okay. Yes.
Codes
Alright.
verified.
And they're off.
Alright. This mod is very different than Armada 3.
It is, yes. It's something I really, really enjoy. The speed and the pace of this particular
Setting course
mod,
now.
I really, really
Engaging
enjoy.
engines.
It's going to be a little bit different for me this time round. I usually like to play as the Klingons. But playing as the Dominion, you've got kind of a more defensive focus,
Yes,
so
sir.
things do move a little bit slower.
Ready for action.
And how have you been finding the Federation so far?
Oh, well, I played a test game with them, and they're very econ-focused, which is not surprising.
Initiating warp.
I like the
Standing
gameplay. It took a little bit
Confirmed.
of getting used to.
Acknowledged.
Mm-hmm. It does. I mean, if you're used to kind of stock Sins itself, or mods that are similar to
Enemy
stock
engaged.
Sins, then you do find that there's a bit of a learning curve to this, just because it's got quite a nice way of going about things,
Affirmative.
and
Yep.
yeah,
Acknowledged. Adjusting course.
a delicious galore. More fodder.
Aye, sir. Impulse speed.
Standing by. Aye, Captain.
The
Warp
opening is
speed ahead.
still very familiar Sins, just dealing with the local pirates, scouting.
Aye, Captain.
It is, yeah. I mean, the Maquis quite like to make an
Confirmed.
appearance in this section, don't they?
Very bothersome. I've noticed they actually raid the Federation, like they attack Federation worlds occasionally.
They do, yeah. That's quite an interesting feature that always terrifies me. Like,
Yep.
I can never cope.
Complete. Station
Gonna need
complete.
Cisco in here to deal with these guys. Let's see.
Aye, Captain.
Sir, we're
Right
dropping
then.
out of warp.
We are all one with the Dominion.
Let's see. I'll go over and see how
Aye, Captain.
Dukat's fleet is forming. with
Station complete.
The ever recognizable. Let me see if I can focus on here. The Galore.
I'm just taking a look at one of your beautiful Miranda classes.
Colonization was
One thing I do
successful.
particularly like about this mod
Aye,
is if
sir.
you focus in on the ships when they're warping, it's got a very kind of TMP
Insufficient
style
dilithium.
Federation in particular warp,
Oh yeah.
What is your command?
which I really, really like. It's
sir.
kind of, you know, it's nice to kind of see those
Adjusting
old
course.
school warp effects still being in proper usage.
This is very nice. Nostalgic, just
Research
like the
complete.
Federation Scouts, which
Research
I will zoom in to
complete.
note from my viewers
Research
is the old
complete.
Constitution class.
Research
Enterprise
complete.
type.
Standing by.
Oh, the Enterprise A type, the Constitution
Ready
refit.
for action.
Yep.
Really,
Just
really
like
nice
from
model as well.
movies. Yep. Let's see. My scouts are already getting torn up. Oh well.
Well, they are Constitutions. What did you expect?
Yeah. At least it's not like Sins of the Prophets where your scouts die instantaneously.
Yes, that is true. I'm not sure I've got either of my scouts left. But, oh no, I've got one. Little Hideki doing his thing. And now
Aye,
being
Captain.
shot at remorselessly by Tellarians? Yes, Tellarians.
Such a crime cannot go unanswered.
Aye, sir.
It will not go unpunished.
Aye,
Ah.
sir. Aye, Captain.
We have engaged the Maquis.
So is that
All sections stand by.
Allied forces
My
are
star-
There's another thing that's really, really nice is if the Maquis can survive long enough, which is highly unlikely, they've got some really, really nice raider vessels.
And
What
the
is your
Federation
command?
can eventually make, deals with them, and I'm not sure what exactly that entails. but it
Engaging
sounds nice.
engines.
Research complete.
Do,
Research
do.
complete.
As you wish. The founders are wise in all
Insufficient
things.
dilithium.
Except when they're not. I quite like the fleet symbology that they're making use of as well. Do you have a fleet in place at the moment?
Yes, I have with my colonizer vessel. I noticed that the emblem actually is appropriate rather than... I could never tell what it was in Vanilla Sins.
Affirmative.
It was just a blob as far as I could tell. Unfortunately, that's something that we haven't changed in
Building frequency
STA3
open.
yet. And it
Vegas
shows
locked
just
on
how
target,
just how much attention to detail there is in SOA2, the
Station
fact that they've already
complete.
done this.
That's just from the battles. The ships make passes and they swoop around and try to use their firing arcs.
They do, yes.
Scouts have found a colonizable planet.
Dominion affairs. A bit of that.
These early battles are always nice to sit and watch because you can't do too
Research
much else.
complete.
Whereas later in the game, you're always being pulled in several different directions.
I'm not a micromanager, I must admit.
Insufficient
I'm similar
dilithium.
to Captain Shack in some ways. I get too excited about the way things look and the way things are progressing. I kind of forget to do the micromanaging I'm supposed to be doing.
There's always a balance between trying to give a good show and trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
Affirmative.
What is your command?
Confirmed.
Ah, yes, kill it.
Also, for once, the colony
Order
ships are worth
acknowledged.
building and not just the colony capital ship.
Confirmed.
That is true.
The Federation Shelley-class colony ship is a fleet tender, and it will repair your ships.
That's right. That's one of the things that makes the Federation a little bit unique in this particular mod. Each race has got their own strengths. I believe for the Dominion, it's a very defensive strength, and there's a certain type of fleet cohesion, which basically involves their elite ships or their capital ships, depending on what you want to call them. They make the rest of the fleet significantly better. Whereas the Federation, if you've got a good balance of different types of
Insufficient
ships,
platinum.
you find that your fleet is
Sir,
much
we're
more
dropping out of
successful
warp.
because you've got healers and you've got buffers.
Acknowledged.
Engaging
interesting.
warp drive.
It's definitely any mod that makes the factions actually play differently
Mhm.
and noticeably different from each other is very nice.
It's something I always like, and something I always kind of heartily approve of in mods. If you can bring a new style of play
Hailing
into
frequency
the
open.
game, then
Ready for
you know
action.
you've done a really, really good job. It's not an
Research
easy thing to do
complete.
necessarily,
Station
because Sins does limit
complete.
you, or tries to.
Enemy engaged.
Although I've noticed, you probably know more about this than I do, but the simple fact that there's like a
Research
mods menu
complete.
and you can choose to activate or deactivate it indicates that the game was kind of built around the idea that it would be modded, which is very nice.
Absolutely. I mean, it had full modding support right out of the box. They released not their source code, but they did release the tools that you needed, and they gave people an insight into the tools that you needed pretty early on. There's a lot of teams that have done. Oh, it's a bit better. I'll be soon. Sorry, I heard a bit of quark going on there.
Hailing
Quark,
frequency open.
quark. Sorry,
Research complete.
getting a bit overzealous again. What was I trying to say?
Couple DS9 nerds on camera. It's just gonna happen.
That's the way to do it. What was I trying to say? It's just completely gone.
So, modding support.
Oh, that was it, yeah. The Sacrifice of
Aye,
Angels
sir.
team has been very, very good for the modding community as well. In addition to a fellow called, Zombie Rust 5. Both of them have released tutorials on the Sins forums, which have allowed people to increase their modding knowledge and increase their modding skills. I think Mephisto is a gentleman who's done
Acknowledged.
quite a few tutorials on how to
Engaging
mod, and
engines.
Zombie Russ is the
Station
creator of
complete.
the Sins of the Fallen and Sins of Cobalt mods.
Ooh. Both of
Which
which
are very
I've yet
good.
to check out, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I will, though.
Well worth doing so. Well worth doing. Trouble is, we're kind of spoilt for choice for Sins mods, really, aren't we?
Yeah, that's very true.
Which, that can never be a bad thing. I think the Sins community being
Who's
what
our
it...
first customer?
Who's our first customer? The... the Sins modding kind of community being what it is,
Platinum.
I've found that communities do get together and they help each other out quite a lot. And
Affirmative.
our
Aye,
team
sir. Impulse
has
speed.
had some really, really beneficial moments with other
Standing by.
teams as well.
Confirmed.
Just because we've all kind of helped each other out and spent a little bit of
frequency
time
open.
talking together. Larvo of Sins of a Galactic
Research
Empire, he's
complete.
helping the Sins of the Prophets team out, and they've helped us out. We've helped them out a little bit. Goa Fan, who has made the E4X mod, and he's also in the process of making the Interregnum mod, which you may have had a look at.
Station complete.
He helped us out with our hero ships. We did have a system in place which it wasn't working as well as it should have done, and Goa came to our rescue with that and said, "Hey, look, guys, I know how to do this properly. I'll sort you out," which was, really, really kind of him. It's not something that he had to do, but
All
the modding
sections
community in
stand by.
Sins is just like that.
Interesting. It's very nice to see
Ready for action.
working together, because
Yeah, it's something that improves all of our mods, and that's as a modder, you want to see the other mods of the same genre or for the same game. You want to see them do as well as they possibly can. Oh no, I'm going to get pirates after me. There we go. That's it.
I neglected to even remember it.
It's all right. Problem solved. Premium service.
And they're right there.
Initiating warp.
Oh yes, I can see them. It's the Orions in this particular mod, isn't it?
Yep.
Nice.
Intel reports an impending pirate raid.
Another thing that you may find during the course of this map is, I don't know if you found it during a quick test game,
Standing by.
Attacking an empire.
you can find, I believe, sonar occupied planets with quite powerful weapons around, quite powerful vessels around them. In addition to that, I believe you can find certain planets that have been occupied by the Ferengi.
Interesting.
Research
Oh yes,
complete.
I remember running
Aye, sir.
into
Impulse speed.
those. Oh hey, we have
Enemy
some Maquis
engaged.
visiting our asteroid colony over here.
Filth.
Yeah. Oh, we'll learn them. Hopefully. They're not very powerful. Also, the bounty is something to keep an eye on. The AI has been just relentless about it.
They do that. I'll keep my eyes on.
Affirmative.
Kind of slim pickings for colony choices all around
Pirate
me.
raiders are on the loose.
There we go. Got him.
There we go. That's good.
That should
Take that,
is
House
your
of
command?
Boobs.
Sir, we're
Alright, I've
dropping
got my
out of warp.
Excelsior classes building, which I found is a very strong early option for the Federation, which is very fitting.
I think I'm just about to take some scythe ships in the near future. In the near future, I should say. Not in the new future. Let's just get a little bit of hull improvement.
Aye, sir.
There we go. We jumped right on top of them on the bastards, and they won't last long. There we go. In fact, it literally did. They didn't last to the end of my
Acknowledged.
sentence.
Magnificent.
Alright, so my choices of advance are Toxic Planet, Toxic Planet. I know what I'm going to research, but
Order acknowledged.
it's a shame. As the Cardassians seem to be expanding quite well.
That's unfortunate.
Let's see. Well, you're Cardassians. I'm
Well,
not sure about the other. I haven't seen.
no.
You're now part
They're
of
probably lurking,
part of the Greater Dominion.
sadly.
Research complete.
I'm a unionist at heart.
Aye, sir.
At this point, I don't have any
Hailing
interesting
frequency open.
ships, which is a
Acknowledged.
shame.
Yeah.
Let's have a scythe class, see how that goes.
Takes a while for the fleets to really get going, but the Excelsior's always been one of the cool ships going back to like the original series.
Absolutely. I quite like the fact that you've got the kind of original style kind of pulse phaser weapons
Oh yeah.
Station
on both the
complete.
Miranda and the Excelsior class. I'd actually have to correct myself from a previous video I did. The weapons that the Excelsior and Miranda use, they don't actually swap out, ladies and gentlemen, as I thought they did for more modern phasers. They're actually given an addition of a modern phaser. That's something that I was incorrect about in a previous video. My apologies.
There's a lot
Entering
of
orbit,
details
Captain.
of Trek lore to keep track of.
Oh, got a little scythe class here, little Breen vessel.
It's a little detail about all the Sins mods and the original Sins is that if you actually go to level with one of your planets, you'll notice there are some planets that are above and some are below it, like if on a plane.
That's right, yeah. That's one of the things that we always quite liked, but it's a difficult thing to do on purpose, unfortunately. Like even when building maps, actually adding a three-dimensional element, it's not the easiest thing in the world.
Insufficient latinum.
This had better be over soon.
I've decided that my advance will probably have to go through this. What the heck? I'm getting raided by
Klingons.
Klingons who are like
Aye, sir.
independently controlled.
Ah, the House of Duras Klingons, yes.
Interesting. It looks like they got their ships stolen from them or something.
I believe, to all intents and purposes, this is what you might want to call a random event.
Ah.
Aye,
Unfortunately, my fleet's one jump away, but that is...
Research complete.
Looks like, yeah, they're gonna start picking a fight, as Klingons do.
Well, you know what to do.
This is a little...
Our planet is under attack.
Show them the error of their ways.
We'll have a nice discussion with them. In any video game, the Federation ends up being a lot more militaristic than it actually is most of the time.
Research
Yeah, I mean that's an
complete.
unfortunate thing. Is you can't just win in that way, can you? It just doesn't work out.
Especially Sins is a very empire game. You can't just sit around having peace or you'll lose.
That's
Entering orbit,
that's
Captain.
entirely true. Let's just have a look, see how we're doing. We've got a little scythe class there, which I quite like. The scythe class, because it's a Breen ship, has an organic hull design, and therefore it automatically repairs its own hull fairly quickly.
Very interesting. It's...
Yeah, nice little lore element that it's got there. I have begun my trading routes, good sir.
Well, that Leviathan is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was never one of my favourite designs. I'm not sure, but I think this was either... I think it might be a fan design or a design from another game. I can't remember specifically. It's never been one of my favourite designs, but it is executed very, very nicely, and it fits in and it looks good. Right. Very, very nice texturing and specular work.
Initiating warp.
I mean, I probably don't like it because it's not Cardassian.
Well,
It's a
nobody's
flaw,
perfect.
I know.
Reminds me of Independence Day. I'm not Jewish. Well, nobody's perfect.
Now, that was a good film.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Entertaining. Very...
How would you feel about an Independence Day mod for this game?
Entering orbit, Captain.
Oh, that would be difficult. They didn't really flesh out a space battle component aside from
They didn't.
F-16 fighter jets.
Research complete.
Interesting note. From what I can tell, in Sacrifice of Angels 2, the phasers do possibly most of the damage, whereas in Armada 3, it seemed like photon torpedoes did the main damage, and the phasers were just kind of light jabs.
Yes, I think we kind of set it up so our phasers would pop the shields
Hailing
more
frequency
than
open.
the hull, and then the torpedoes that were going in wouldn't do a great deal of damage until the shields were down. That was our intent.
Engaging engines.
I don't know how everybody feels like it functions. Hopefully you feel like it's okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Research complete.
Makes sense.
Engaging engines.
I am torn on which direction to expand in, because if you'll notice, my empire has a very interesting shape, and if I send my fleet out, then
Aye,
there's
Captain.
nobody to guard the home front, really.
Acknowledged.
It appears that there is a Durrell 4
Aye,
Predator.
sir. Initiating warp. Aye, sir.
Bastards.
Impulse speed.
How dare anybody attack the Cardassians?
And it's
Station
halfway
complete.
time to bid for the pirates again. Doesn't have any brakes
Engaging
on that
warp
train.
drive.
Oh, joyous.
This had better be over soon.
Quark, it's never going to be over.
Insufficient latinum.
Ugh, there is not enough metal in my world.
Additional research required.
Let's
Additional
go
research
for...
required.
Toxic planets require 6 civilian labs, which is kind of rough when you have 3 planets total.
Yes.
Research complete.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, I'll keep expanding in the direction I am. And
Aye, Captain.
I'm actually going to keep 1 Brave Excelsior class ship in reserve.
Initiating warp.
They will be
Engaging engines.
remembered.
He'll be the home guard. He can handle, you know, Maquis raiders pretty well. These Excelsiors are tough. They have like 6,000 hit points.
Indeed.
Setting course now.
The bad news is we don't have enough dilithium. It's most unfortunate, most unfortunate.
That does seem to be the bottleneck. The Federation gets quite a lot of metal. There we go. We jumped in, picked a fight with the independent ships, and then we just kind of left.
Entering orbit, Captain.
Now, one thing that is unique to this mod, it's not something that I've ever actually managed to do as of yet, because I've never got round to it, is, can you see what appear to be dead asteroids on the map, or what would appear that way?
Like, just like an asteroid field without that's not colonizable?
It's the asteroids that don't have any resource asteroids around them.
Oh, I've seen one of those in my test game, so I've encountered them.
Station
Right,
complete.
those, I believe there is a particular type of functionality
Enemy
in-game,
engaged.
where you can, in fact, you can terraform them, you can make them into a better type of planet. It's not something I've ever got round to, but it's something I'm really keen to try out, so perhaps we'll be able to do that during this playthrough.
Interesting. Could be worth a shot.
Hmm.
Federation reinforcements have arrived.
Affirmative.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I think what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm actually going to turn the music on, just so you guys can enjoy a little bit of that. That should be enough. Hopefully we'll be able to hear a little bit.
I've had it on, so I don't know. I'll probably get a
Entering orbit,
copyright
yeah.
strike for it or something, but that's the risk we want.
That's one of the things that concern me.
It's because it's the actual movie music.
That's right, yes. It has worried me a little bit. I've just turned it up to the minimum possible volume.
I guess I'll be the test case and see if the video gets taken down. We can fix it for subsequent parts. There we go. That's how the Federation
Hailing
does things. They
frequency
just
open.
move in, set up a colony, and if you try to
Photon
stop us, we
torpedoes
just blow up
ready.
your ships.
Armed and
Seems
ready.
fair to me.
And we've met... Oh, well this is interesting.
Whom have you found, good sir?
The red Klingons have been spotted in this direction,
Hailing
which is not
frequency
surprising.
open. Order
But
acknowledged.
what is surprising to me is that...
Adjusting course.
What the... They're envoys. They're sending me envoys.
Interesting.
Even though teams are locked. I should have left those unlocked, and then we could have had a little Cardassian surprise at the end of this.
Would have been interesting. Most interesting.
Is that a...
What is your command? Order acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Cardassian
Engaging warp
surprise.
drive.
Like a cake
Research
wrapped in
complete.
mystery.
This map is going
Sir,
to be
we're
causing
dropping
some
out of warp.
headaches.
I think it might be. It's important that everybody knows that we're all one with the Dominion. And if you don't believe me, that's most unfortunate. Oh, I do want the Breen Assault Carrier.
Engaging warp drive.
And the Jem'Hadar Destroyer. What would we be? And the Keldon. Oh, I need them all.
I think I've made a mistake.
Aye, sir.
Is it a critical error, sir?
Hailing frequency open.
Well,
Affirmative.
I'll let you judge that. I misunderstood the map a little bit, and we may be cruising for trouble.
Oh, you cruising for a bruising, son?
Let's see.
Acknowledged.
I'm sure they can get out of there very fast, but I thought that was another planet to go to.
That is most unfortunate.
Research complete.
You know, as long as we're going that way, we can take a little shortcut to our destination. But
Never
ooh,
let
that
them
hurts.
take you alive.
That won't be the problem.
Who's our first customer?
Hailing
No.
frequency open.
All fighting instead of just...
Aye, sir.
Aye, Captain.
That's quite a few enemy vessels.
Course
so
laid in.
painful. Just run. There we go. Some of them are getting out. It looks like the capital ship will get out of there.
I believe in the future, there was talk of changing those ships into...
frequency
Oh
open.
dear, a Vekla class. Oh dear, a Vorcha.
Aye, Captain.
Oh dear.
Order acknowledged.
Order
Oh, dear.
acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Oh dear. The enemy appear to be
Order
outclassing us.
acknowledged.
A lot.
Aye, Captain.
Ouch.
Aye, Captain. Setting course now. Setting course now.
Now, what to
Setting
do,
course
what to
now.
do? Oh dear.
Intel reports an impending
Right, which
pirate
planet is in the
raid.
most danger?
Allied
I think it's
forces
time
are
for
being
Red to get a
attacked.
pirate raid again.
This had better be over soon.
I should be better over soon.
Problem is the bounty
Attacking
is
an
going
empire
down
has
on
become
Red.
more profitable.
Now that means they are being hit by the pirates at least then.
Probably still from the last raid. Might be good to switch targets next time.
Perhaps, yes.
Oh wow. Yeah, there the Klingons are harassing your stuff already.
They sure are.
That's impressive. Where they must be between us.
Hailing frequency open.
Does appear
What is
that
your
way.
command?
But do not be concerned.
Engaging engines.
Hailing
Can everybody
frequency
stop
open.
shooting my stuff?
Engaging warp drive. Hailing frequency open.
It's very
Hailing
rude.
frequency open.
How very rude of them. Very rude.
Alright, colonists, I'm not saying anything, but I just want you to build a couple
Pirate raiders
phaser
are on the
platforms for no particular reason. Also, you've got a Orion surprise coming.
Oh, joyous. It's exactly what we needed. Wait.
Acknowledged. Engaging engines.
Hailing frequency
I
open.
think you'll find
Acknowledged.
they'll be quite
Acknowledged.
operational. Oh,
Diverting power to
we've
engine
bridged the
power.
gap.
Course laid in. Aye, Captain.
Initiating warp.
Research complete.
Right, let's just see how we're doing over here, ladies and gentlemen. It appears the enemy vessels are trying to lance deeper into our territory, which is nice for them. A little less nice for us, however.
Additional research required.
So in this case, I think what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to sort ourselves out some delicious Jem'Hadar ships, the Dominator class.
Aye, sir. Approaching target. Phasers locked on
I'm
target,
getting in
sir.
a scuffle with the Ferengi.
Ah, Maquis Raiders. You bastards.
Lawless terrorists.
Sickening.
Affirmative.
Hailing frequency open.
Aye, Captain.
Don't worry.
Setting course
Our vessels
now.
are en route to stop this sickening lack of decorum.
Our allies' planet is under siege.
Our planet is being attacked. That's most unfortunate.
If there's only one pirate base, then
Station
you could probably
complete.
predict where they're coming from.
I can, yes. I expect them to actually hit me at Melina 2, which I will ping for you, good sir.
Unfortunate there's nothing there.
Acknowledged.
Let us continue to check on the Dominion affairs.
I think the Ferengi may be
Sir, we're
winning our
dropping
fight,
overboard.
which is not a phrase one uses.
Let's just have a
Aye,
quick look.
sir.
Station complete.
Are the Decora crews? Yeah, they're actually pretty tough, those
Armed
Decoras.
and ready.
Yeah, I think I may need to. Yeah, I'm
Research
gonna run away and
complete.
wait for support. Yeah, we're gonna break it.
Hailing
Ron.
frequency open.
All sections stand by.
We're on the opposite side of it. Actually, we've
Station
driven past the
complete.
gravity well, which is impressive.
That can happen when you're using fighter movement, unfortunately.
Station complete.
It is an unfortunate byproduct.
I saw that in Sins of the Prophets a lot. They would
Acknowledged.
just go off in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean, it does happen in our mod as well. There's no doubt about it.
Oh well. At least that one's
What
easy
is
to
your
fix.
command?
Insufficient crew.
It appears the Star Trek Armada 3 team are playing a deathmatch.
Acknowledged.
That would be interesting to watch. Looks like the Ferengi are too slow to catch us.
Hailing frequency open.
If those things bomb planets,
Aye, sir.
could be cheeky and just take their planet on the way around.
Acknowledged.
You could certainly try it, couldn't you? Couldn't hurt.
Allied forces are being attacked.
Adjusting course. Setting course now. Adjusting course. Setting course now.
Research complete.
Alright, I think what I'm going to need to do during this time period is reinforce my lines.
Because the pirates haven't shown up yet.
Entering orbit, Captain.
A couple of nice Breen salt carriers.
Priority 1, broadband distress signal.
Uh-oh. That might have been my
Affirmative.
undoing. Yeah.
Aye, sir. Impulse speed.
Colonization was
Oh no, it
successful.
worked. Well,
Adjusting course.
they sacrificed their lives for our high ideals.
I'm not
Our
sure how I feel
colony
about
has
this
been
Drell
lost.
class.
Oh, they can bomb planets. Well, that's good to know.
Acknowledged.
That was a very short and unfortunate life for them.
Hailing frequency open.
Never volunteer to be a deep space
Hailing
colonist.
frequency
in
open.
sci-fi. Never do.
Indeed not.
One of our capital ships has been destroyed.
Yep. There goes the Phoenix.
What is your command?
Confirmed.
And the Vorcha has turned back up in order to be a difficulty to me. This I cannot allow to go unpunished.
Acknowledged.
Aye, sir. Engaging engines.
So look at this little Insidious class here.
Entering orbit,
Oh, yes.
Captain.
Very nice.
Station complete.
Right then, good sir. I think we are probably at about the time limit for this particular episode, aren't we?
Yep. That looks that way, so... This first session has been marked by difficulties, but I'm sure it'll get better.
I think so. It's been a bit of a... Oh,
There we
speaking
go.
of that, the Orion Pirates, they arrived just as we paused there, and it appears they're at the planet my fleet is at. Magnificent. Now then, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you have enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe to both of our channels,
So,
and hopefully we will bring you another episode in the near future. This is Gul Dukat and Hunter Black Luna.
see you later, guys.
Out.